In this video, I'm gonna show you how to make double the amount of money in your nutrition coaching business using 5 tried and tested strategies. If your nutrition coaching business is going well, but you know it could be going better, you're probably just one small tweak or strategy away from a breakthrough. And this is gonna help. And starting with tip number 1, which is conversations. Okay, so the thing about nutrition coaching, specifically online nutrition coaching, is that your business is gonna be predominantly online. You're not sitting in front of people conversing, about their nutrition and that type of thing. It makes it tough to have interactions at times. And when we don't have interactions or conversations, we don't always know what people want. One way to get around this is to create content that gets people to raise their hands so you can start a conversation with them. If you want your nutrition coaching business to grow, you're going to need to have more conversations. And one of the best ways to do that is through exploratory calls. Sometimes they're called discovery calls or sales calls. And I know if you're hearing the word sales, maybe you're thinking, oh, I don't want to sell myself. What you're doing in these type of sessions is getting a better understanding of where people are coming from, what they're struggling with. And all you're doing is presenting the path forward and helping. I know a lot of nutrition coaches come from personal training backgrounds, and one of the good things about personal trainers is if you want to be a successful personal trainer, you need to get better on consult conversations where you sit down with someone and discuss where they're coming from and where they need help and how your training is going to solve those problems that they're facing. You need to do the exact same thing in the online capacity, and the best way to do that is to drive people towards a call on Zoom. Ideally, you record it so have a better idea of what people are facing. You can create content around that, but specifically in that call, you want to get a better sense of where they're coming from, how you can help, and you present the best path forward. You need to be doing this. You need to be starting conversations, and you need to be getting people on calls, because the other thing about the online space is sometimes it doesn't, even if we do a really good job of creating conversations and putting ourselves out there personally, it still at times doesn't feel real. But a call is very real. So if you can drive people towards that, where you have a conversation with a real person with real problems and you're a real coach presenting the path forward, your nutrition coaching business will grow. Which reminds me of my one-on-one private business coaching client, Todd. The thing about Todd is he's a really good coach, fantastic. Gets a client, knows exactly what is holding that client back, can create action steps to get the client results. Felt really confident in his ability to do that. Where he struggled was finding new nutrition clients for his business, creating content that attracted them to his services, and ultimately put in a position where they went from curious to actually paying clients. We made one tweak to his process, which was the sales call and getting people on calls in front of him so he could hear what was going on with them. He wasn't just assuming what their problems were and trying to educate based on that. Having conversations with these real people and presenting the path forward, he started doing that and started landing, 4 or 5 new paying clients a month, which based on, recurring revenue, really helped push his business. And the one tweak here was not just getting people to sign up for coaching or talk to me for coaching. Let's put 15 minutes aside for a call where we unpack what, is going on with you, what is the path forward, and that one tweak was just a game changer for him, and his business continued to grow, and he's in a much better place now because of the sales call. And tip number 2 is an actual application form. I love applications because number 1, they make it very obvious that there's an opportunity to work with you, which you need to make obvious. In the online space, you're an online nutrition coach, you need to be getting clients, you're doing most of your business online. People need to see obviously that there's an opportunity to work with you. And if you don't make it obvious, they're not going to know that there's a next step. They're not going to think about it, and they're ultimately not going to take it. So having application in your bio, in your social media posts, driving people towards that is going to make that really, really obvious. Number 2, there's a paper trail around what is someone trying to accomplish. Maybe they're not ready for that opportunity right now, but they've kind of detailed what's going on with them. You can always revisit that and bring that back up in future conversations. Hey, I remember you were struggling with this. How's everything going? Were you able to put some of those action steps into place that I detailed? If not, are you ready for the next step and how I can help you? Those type of things are really, really powerful, and it's all because of an application. Also, your coaching just can't be a revolving door. People can't just sign up whenever they want. They need to see, that they have to apply for things, that it, implies that it is valuable and it's not something that they can just get at any time. That sort of dynamic makes it a lot easier to sell your coaching. This is a limited offer. You need to jump through some hoops. And by jumping through some hoops, I know you're also a client that is really going to put the effort into things. So that really changes the dynamic where it's not just you being a coach that's barking something at someone. It's a relationship where that other person sees it as valuable. You're working together to get a specific result. And the application process does this. I have one client, a private business coaching client, Ted, who had a very big website that he was, created a bunch of content for, blog-based stuff, was getting a lot of traffic to it. But there was on his website, there was a bunch of opportunities to sign up for coaching. We made one small tweak to get people to apply for coaching, and all of a sudden, the next step, he was getting many more conversions, people signing up for things, the people that were signing up for the application to get on a sales call, which we just detailed, improved. He was having, the people that ultimately signed up for coaching were much better clients, all because of this one tweak. This is a process that also allows us to charge for more money, because through that process, we become better at sales. We can invest more of our money into the actual coaching process. This is the right move for you guys, specifically if you want to grow your online nutrition coaching. Tip number 3, you need to do more. This one's going to be pretty straightforward, but I find with a lot of online nutrition coaches, if they want to grow their businesses, the one thing that's holding them back is being top of mind with their ideal clients. They feel like they're posting quite a bit, but maybe it's like 3 or 4 times per week. One thing that I've seen really, really powerful is taking out, a lot of times when you're posting 3 or 4 times a week, you're making sure that they're, number one, really, really good, which is fantastic, and the quality is there, but at times you're overthinking things, trying to put way too much content in a specific post, where you'd be better off and better served to split that up into multiple posts, be more frequent, get in front of more people more often, and your nutrition coaching business grows. The one tweak that I made with Paulo Need and his online coaching business is that we went from posting, around once per day, which is fantastic, quite a bit of volume, to 2 times per day, 3 times per day, splitting out in different things in terms of, again, not trying to tackle all of the problems and solutions and social proof into one post, but splitting it up to make it go further. His following grew. We're talking like 2,000 followers over 3 months, better applications for his coaching business. Everything moved in the right direction when he started to, again, simplifying the posting process, but doing it more frequently. One of the easiest things you can do to grow your business is to do more of the right things. They don't need to be perfect, but they need to be good. And the more good things you do, multiply, you get in front of more people and everything grows. So hope that helps. And tip number 4 is price bumps. If you haven't checked it out yet, I've done an entire video series on setting your price as a nutrition coach. So I'll make sure to link that up in the description below so you can check that out. But for now, here's what I want you to know about price bumps specifically so that you can make your nutrition coaching business more profitable. There's a bunch of things that go into your price in terms of what you're delivering on, the commitment it takes on your end, how experienced you are, all that type of stuff. But one thing people overlook a lot of times is raising the price of the service based on demand. If everything's taking off, if everything's moving in the right direction, you're signing up more people, which means you're getting more experience coaching them. It's a service that is becoming more and more valuable. And when that happens, you need to raise your prices. This is just basic economics, and it's something that separates good nutrition coaches and good businesses from the great ones that take things to the next level. Typically, anytime you take 5 to 10 people through your coaching process, you should consider a price bump. That doesn't necessarily mean that you need to make one, but you should consider it. A great example of this is my one-on-one private business coaching client, Katana. Coach Kat, fantastic coach. At the beginning of our time working together, she was struggling to get people to sign up for $80 challenges. We started working nutrition coaching into her training business. Things started growing, she got better results. And as more people started working through the process, we made incremental price bumps. Went from something that started at $125 a month for one-on-one coaching, nutrition and training. She's now up to $300 per month. No one is second guessing it. They're still excited to sign up. They see the value in this, they work harder, and she's making much more money with the same amount of clients, and her business is growing. She's been able to bring on a team member. Things are moving in the right direction, all because she didn't wait too long to bumper prices. She didn't just bump her price every year because of inflation. She did it based on what the market was doing, and it served her really, really well. One of the best things you can do is raise your prices based on the demand of your service. Create demand based on, what is actually happening through your content and people reaching out to you, but then bump it based on that. And tip number 5 is deadlines, and this is our final tip. Here's what's really, really common with a lot of online coaches, online nutrition coaches, online business owners. Since your service is online, you give the illusion and provide the illusion that people can sign up at any time, there's unlimited time to do things. What this leads to a lot of times is it gives people the impression that your service is a revolving door and they can come in and out at any time. When people have that much flexibility with something, they'll never make a decision, and that's what's typically happens. So through this process, we've set up the application process, so people are applying for a valuable service. When you have that call and go through this process, you now have an opportunity to invite them into your coaching roster and to work with you, but that's not something that you can just leave open forever. This is a valuable service. This is something that people want. You need to give them a deadline. And what a deadline does, a deadline to decide, and what a deadline does is it forces people to be in or out. What you don't want, you want people to be yes or in, that's fantastic. No is obviously not as great, but it's not as bad as maybe, because when people give you a maybe and it's open for them to decide forever, they will take forever and they won't sign up and they will sit on the fence and things won't move for them. They don't get better and your business doesn't grow. You need to set a deadline, give them 2 or 3 days, get them to agree to it, say you need some time to think about this, that's completely okay. You should talk to whoever you need to talk to. You should, weigh some different things and make sure this is the right fit for you. But I'm gonna save a spot for you for the next 48 hours. And at that point, you gotta come to a decision. I'll secure that spot and I'll keep it for you until you make a decision in the next 2 days. But at that point, you gotta say if you're in or out, because this is a service that other people want, that people are willing to pay for, that they're, someone else will take that spot that really wants it. So you gotta let me know. If you do that, you'll move many more people to yes, and your business will grow. And if it's a no, that doesn't mean that they can't work with you down the road. They can reapply or anything like that when the time is right or the situation is different, but they will have made a decision. And that part is really, really important if you want to grow your nutrition coaching business. If you want to make more money and help more people with your nutrition coaching, you'll need to improve your business skills. And chances are you're one small tweak away from taking your business to the next level. The strategies I detailed today have worked for me. They've worked for my private one-on-one business coaching clients. So I'm confident they'll work for you too. Put one or all of them into action and let me know how it goes. But as great as all those tips are, if you're really serious about starting a nutrition coaching business, the next thing I'll have you do is check out this video I've linked up right here. One thing you're still probably wondering is how do I actually check in with clients? I'll detail that and more in the next video. So make sure to check it out now and I'll see you in the next one.